What's going on, Zombies crew? Today I'm going to run you through the Rex Infernus Easter egg. Now, if you've already gotten the Wonder Weapon, you're all set. You don't need any of that. Skip to the timestamp on the video right now, and we'll meet at the perfect time together. If you haven't done that, and you want to do a whole thing together, let's start. So you get out of the house, put the world seed down. You should unleash these two skulls that split off into two. Now you can already, if you just follow the instructions on the top left, you'll be chilling. But if you don't see any of those, you just chase the skulls down, and it's pretty easy, nothing crazy. You just drain the fire from the brazier, you put it into the new brazier, you do it twice. A good thing to do right away is if you're in this chamber at the start of the game, go to these pressure plates. You go to these pressure plates here, and you just shoot the 4 lights. Pretty easy, nothing crazy. It's nice to have a gun with no recoil. Just keep shooting lights. If you have some decoys, it's pretty nice for the step. But this is a good step to start right away because you can get the wall that opens up and it drops a lot of purple orbs for you. It's very easy to start. Just doing what I'm doing. Really chilling. So you see it, bring this last fire orb to the middle, and crank the 2 wheels here, and it opens up Pack a Punch. Now that you have Pack a Punch open, you get the grappling hooks from all the stands. You get 3 of them around, and you can use them at any stand at any time. Now grab these purple orbs, bring 1 to the middle. All you need is 1. You can see right when you open it up, there's a cooldown. Alright, so next thing you can do is go into the Dravicar area and just doing what I'm doing here, look up right away, use your grappling hook, and this wall right on the right side, just jump off of it with PhD, and you're going to need this piece. Now go back to where you got the purple orb flying around Pack Punch, crank the wheel, and this will cause the braziers to fill up with Astral Flame. Now a little tip I have is grabbing this grappling hook before you grab the Astral Flame, and it makes it where you can go super fast. And now you just come all the way over here and you aim exactly where I'm aiming, just a little bit above because it does drop a little bit. You shoot at that eye on the wall. Alright, so now that you shot the eye, it should be bouncing off the crystal. There's 3 selections on each crystal that change the direction, so it's just kind of trial and error. You just keep going, and what you want to do is get it through that door on my left, the one I'm looking at right here, going through. You want it to shoot from that crystal right there all the way across. And this is where you're going to use the crystal you just picked up. You fly up here, interact midair, just spam either square, whatever you're on, square F. It's pretty easy. And usually those 2 next ones are correct, and you just have to change this last crystal right here. Aim it at this door that's south. And once you do that, you can go into the center, you interact with it, it drops you down below. If you're not set up, you don't have perks, this could be a really tough part. But once that's done, you interact with the world seed and you go into the forest. This part's pretty easy. You just interact with the bodies and then you move on to the next one here in the cave. You look at it, do the cutscene, grab the next piece, and the last one will be in the forest cabin. So you can see is where I'm going here. There's a cabin, and you just interact with the floorboard. Right here, you punch, boom, you get it. That's all 3 pieces for the Wonder Weapon, and now you can build it. Next thing you want to do is come to the Dravicar area and interact with the symbol on the wall. And you're going to get a quote that only 1 out of 4 quotes you're going to get. And I'm showing you on the screen here. Feel free to pause on which one you get. And basically, the symbols just line up with the quote that you have. And you just do the corresponding one with the levers that are on the wall. It's very simple. There's walls, and they control 2 pillars each. And basically, if you use your compass on the top, you just have the symbols line up with what the direction it wants you to be in. That's the runner symbol I just saw. And then right here, this would be the star symbol. And then here we got the moon. And then we got the galaxy over there. Once it's all in place, you come to the middle, interact, and the door will come down. You're going to need a grappling hook to get up here. So once you get the grappling hook, you can go up And you can interact with this table here, and you get the wonder weapon. There we go. So now you guys have the wonder weapon, and we can officially get into the real part of the Easter egg. So for one of the first steps, you're going to want to come here to the Vaetherion entrance, and you're going to need to grab 4 blocks in this area on top of that pillar. The other one is right by the puzzle piece itself. Then you're going to want to come into this room. There's going to be 2 of them. There's going to be one by this window here. And if you have depth perception, you can see it a lot better. The other one's up top on Mule Kick. You're going to have to jump off this wall and interact like mid-air. And then once you have it, you can run all the way over. And basically, you have to put it in the order of water, grass, hand, fire. If you don't put it in that order, it's going to mess up, and you have to wait till next round and grab all the blocks. The whole concept of this is that you have to keep the elements separate using the hand as a buffer. Grab the fire in the hand. When you have the hand on, you could shoot this wheel. It doesn't matter where you shoot it, but that just moves it across. Then grab the fire symbol. Shoot it back over with just the hand. Go ahead and grab the next block, which is grass, and just bring the bridge across. Now you have to be careful here. Make sure you put the hand in first. If you don't, you're going to fail the step. You just can't let the fire interact with the other symbols. Put the grass in. Grab the fire back out. So you're going to want to grab the fire here at the bottom, and then grab the hand again. So it should just be grass on the right, and then fire and hand on the bridge. Now that the bridge is over, move the hand symbol again, and then the fire, and then grab the grass at the bottom, and then put the hand back on. So now it should just be fire on the left by itself, and you have the hand and the water going over. Now you can put the water block there because water and grass interact. Just the hand on the bridge, move it back over. So now you should just have grass and water on the right, and you just move hand and fire back over, and you finish by putting hand and then fire, and then the step is done. It's that simple. Once it opens up, you'll get a free perk, and right now it doesn't matter what's going on here. You can interact with it, nothing's going to happen. You're just going to need it for the later step. So now we have that open, let's move on to the next thing. For this next step, I recommend doing it as early as possible. Shooting this basketball inside the house. You don't need a scope gun, but it would help. As you see here, I just kind of shot right there, and once you do, it makes a school noise. It lights up blue, just like the Paradox Junction Easter egg. And from now on, every round that passes by, there's going to be a symbol that spawns. You have to remember this order specifically. As you can see here, I have that one, then the top left, and now it's that, and you have to remember this order. Once you have all 4 symbols, you're ready to go, but now you need to wait for an exfil round. If you don't have an exfil round, this won't work. Once you have the exfil round, you shoot all 4 symbols in order, and then you're able to go to the exfil booth, and it will say travel to her house. Don't do it unless it says travel to her house. You just kill the boss, you go back into the exfil, which brings you to the house. Now do what I'm doing with the pack-a-punch crossbow. Come to this room with the bed with the white sheet, and shoot at the ground right next to the toilet with a charged shot, and it should bring out the Eye of the Forge, and this is how you upgrade the grappling hook. So now you just need to do a little bit of survivability here, and once you kill them, you answer the phone and you can go back. Now you come to one of the grappling hooks, hold F on it for a little bit. The next thing you do is grab this grappling hook and come down to the bottom here to the Nexus core, and you're going to need to open up 6 walls. There's 2 eyes on each wall. Just spam Q on all of them, or whatever your grappling hook interaction is. Just spam all of them. Make sure you open up every single wall. And I would actually go up to the top next here instead of doing what I'm doing, because there is going to be some mobs that spawn. But what I recommend is just running at before you lose your grappling hook. And getting these 3 as well. There's one there. There's 3 towers with eyes on them, and you just remove these plates from them. And that's the 3rd one. And now that you have all 3, you're good to go. The next thing you're going to need is a purple flame, or the astral flame, and you're going to want to run down to the Nexus core again, to those walls you just opened, and the gears are going to have webs on them. You're going to want to shoot them with the fire, And you can see that actually it clears out multiple at one shot, so you don't even need to use all three. If you go back to the Caltheris and interact with this lantern, that's how you get a bunch of these purple orbs. So if you're stuck on the step, you can just keep using these. But you're going to need to do that for both walls. So there's 3 gears on each wall that are webbed, and you get all 3 on each wall. So there should be 6. And that should be that step done. Now we can move on to picking up the artifacts. Now we need to get the 4 items, for one for each corresponding building. The first one, I would get putting Shatter Blast on your weapon, coming up here to the Wonder Weapon room, and you have to use it when they're directly against these shields. And one of them's going to have the hammer that you need.
The Warden mocks me with my own tools.
The second one is just the Shimmering Thread. Like I said earlier, interact with the purple orbs, and eventually you will get it like you just seen there, and that's the second item. For the third item, the scroll, put Shadow Rift on your gun and come to the forest here. It needs to be in this specific area, and what you need to do is just get Shadow Rift kills. There's no specification on exactly how many you need. I believe it's just kind of dropping in a certain area. As you can see here, it drops down, and then the scroll will drop in the sky, and you pick it up. That's your third item. Fourth item, the Vathirian item, you can only get on rain rounds. You're going to jump right where I just jumped. Replay that if you need to. It's in that one spot. This is the second spot. And they only spawn in when it is raining. So you have to look for that. You can control the weather by coming to this pot and just interacting with it. And the next round it'll rain. So that's a great tip to use during the Easter egg. Alright, so now we gotta get the gears activated, and how you do this is you get a purple flame circling around the pack, you crank the wheel, and as soon as you crank the wheel, you run down to the Nexus core, interact with this lever right here. If you do it in time, you'll see that the gears start spinning up and they'll turn blue. Now that they're blue, you can go up and you can start aligning your pieces together. There's gonna be 3 pieces that need to all line up together. A little tip to keep in mind is when you interact with one of them, it's going to move half a step while the other 2 are going to move a full step. So essentially whatever one you activate is going to fall behind and the other ones are going to catch up to it. Alright, so now we got to line it up with one of the heads. We got 4 heads to go through. It doesn't matter what order you're doing in, but I'm going to do it starting with Nexara. So we're aiming the beam at them, and we come in here and we gotta put our artifact down, and then we follow up by using the purple flame on the brazier. Next you need to bring a zombie right around the brazier, and it will light up on fire with a symbol around it. And now there's 2 titans on the map, and they sometimes activate on their own, so you can see that they have 2 shackles and a different symbol for each shackle. Take the zombie with it and kill it with that one hand. Now you gotta get the slate to move, so first interact with it and get the dialogue. Now sit prone on this slab while the round changes, and you'll see it'll just open up. Just use a charge shot with the crossbow, and it'll cause a reflector to come out. Aim right where I'm aiming at, and then as long as you get kills feeding into this beam, it will open up the wall. After this, you can kill 4 purple shadow smiths or whatever. You could just do what I'm doing here, use the code of 9 and just run it down. Doesn't matter what pack punch you're using. After the 4 shadow smiths are dead, you just go back to the head, shoot the head, and it will be done. Now you can move on to the next step. Next step is pulling a purple orb under the head and using a charge shot of the crossbow under it. It will send it up. Make sure for this one it's on top of the rock. Go into the dragon's head, and the next thing you're going to need is to shoot a purple flame at it while it's raining. Go to this puddle to make it rain the next round. Avatar, you're going to want to place the item down first, then line up the pieces so that the laser goes to the head. And then you do the same routine where you put the zombie around, you use the symbol zombie with the corresponding shackle. Now once the titan kills the zombie, the shackle will come off. That's how you know you did it. Now to get this slate off, you want to interact with the dialogue and then spend a whole round with the wonder weapon using a charged shot. So stand on the tile, and what I did, I just spent the whole round on here using my charged shot. And I didn't get off of it, and it ended up working. And then same routine, you use the charge shot. here to take out the projector, and then you want to aim for the back right of the room, right where I'm going to be aiming. And you'll know when it's working because the wall will turn orange while you're killing zombies into it. I'll show you a little example here. Then the wall open, and you do the same routine where you're killing the 4 shadow smiths, and then you shoot the statue head. Now doing the same thing as the last head, you just use a charge shot on the purple orb underneath the head. And we'll go back to the blue mixing table thing, and then we can use the purple flame on the head and bring it. And now for Caltheris, guess what we're doing? The exact same thing as the other 2 heads. Putting the item in, purple flame, surprise, surprise. Get the zombie to go around, corresponding shackle. You guys know the drill. And you'll know when you get all 4 done, because you'll see no shackles on either of their arms. Now for this one, to get the slate to come off, you need to look at the direction of this box over here for around 20 seconds or so. And I noticed that aiming in actually makes it work more often than not. So just spend most of your time there, use decoys, use Ether Shroud, and then just, there you go, same routine, shooting out of the ground. And this one you want to aim it to the back left of where you're facing forward. So as soon as it looks right there, you can see a little outline too as well. Alright, so this is going to be the same drill. You're going to feed the souls into the beam, open the statue, start the trial rounds. Once you get this head done, you just do the same routine of putting the purple orb under the head. And then make it rain, put it onto the head. You'll know for sure you got it done when you see a completely new head on the statue. For Vatharion, you need to come and interact, same drill. And then for this last one, should be no trouble knowing which one it is. Now to get this slate, you need to jump on it 30 times non-stop without being interrupted. So if you're doing what I'm doing, you just jump up, 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 use Ether Shroud, throw decoys. I recommend Brain Rot and Fireworks on 2 guns. It's a great strat for hordes. And this one you aim into the zombie barricade window on the left there. It's pretty lenient with how much room you got in that window. And then we got the same drill. This is the last one you should be doing. Doesn't matter which order you go in actually, so do whatever you please. But I'm just showing you in my specific order to keep it organized. Then Abomination's gonna spawn in the window. You can kind of just work past it. You don't need to kill it. Just shoot the head. Charge shot. Guy, and this one you're gonna want to shoot the purple fire right above the middle eye. There's like a right on the forehead almost of their eye, top eyelid almost. And once you do this, you're gonna have all 4 cleansed heads, and you are ready to go to the boss fight. Congratulations, you made it this far. You got all 4 heads cleansed and you're ready to go. I recommend getting a Grim Reaper for this boss fight. Idolize doesn't really do too much. I would say shields up, near death experience, and things like that. Once you're ready, come down to the bottom of the Nexus core and you all stand on these pads and you're ready to go. Now if you guys aren't interested in watching the boss fight, thank you for watching, but if you're wanting to stay around, I'm going to give you some tips on how to make yourself better during the boss fight if you want to get it done right away. I also recommend an LMG like the Mammoth, which does a ton of damage in a short amount of time. It's a tough boss to take out. He's a Scorpion type of build, So the way of doing damage to him is by shooting the blue skulls. Alright, so this boss is going to be pretty tough, so you just need to kind of use your grappling hook to your advantage and stay away from the vines. He's a scorpion type of build, so shooting his tail when he's down and injured is the best way of doing damage. You get to that by shooting these blue skulls that float around him. You gotta watch for his charge attack because it does a lot of damage. A great strat that I used was using Brain Rot on my LMG and then Fireworks on my secondary, which does an insane amount of damage and is perfect for crowd control. So you gotta shoot the heads, and actually I ended up not winning this boss fight because I got robbed. I went down and my gun fell out of my inventory, which was pretty insane because that is what I needed to get me up. So my pistol came out and then I couldn't pick myself up because I had a default pistol. And then you're gonna get teleported to an HVT area. If you just quickly kill this, you'll get a bonus health prize. I'll let you guys watch the rest on your own. You know, it's a pretty brutal ending for me. But seriously, if you guys like these videos, trying this out, please leave a subscribe, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Anything counts. Even just commenting. Thank you guys. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoy the video.
I am gonna enjoy